collecting AP. Alright, for those of you that do not, is Ascension points, and right here is the multitude of Ascension grids that you could drop your Ascension points into. Now what I'm going to go over is the skills that are most beneficial early on into farming AP more consistently, to where when you get to the higher levels, you have most of the stuff filled out already and can then just start banking AP into getting the higher level spells. Now, I went into this game not knowing any of this, so I did not actually take some of these steps that I'm going to be telling you to get AP earlier on. But if I ever restart the game, this is the method I would use to get AP faster. Alright, first we're going to come up with the exploration skill tree. Alright, and the two that I'm going to tell you to get is Happy Camping, increased AP gain for making camp. Now the reason you want to get this first is because in the early levels you will be doing a lot of camping, because if you roam out at night, iron giants and bombs will kill you in the first area, no question. I ran up against them when I was level 8, and I thought it was no big deal, it's in the first area, I should be able to take it on. And I ended up getting my ass handed to me, royally. Alright, next is Happier Camping, alright, which you should only get once you get the 48 AP to dunk into it. I do not suggest saving up to get it right after. Instead, I am going to suggest getting something else. Alright? Now, Happy Camping will, instead of getting 1 AP from camping, you will get 2. And Happier Camping will make it to where you get 3 AP every time you make camp. And as I said in the beginning, you will be making camp a lot, and it will get you a lot of AP early in the game. As you could see, I got Road Running and Chocobump. You gain AP for long trips by Chocobo and by car. Now the reason these are pickups midway through your early levels is because it's, as you're driving, you will steadily get 1 AP for a certain amount of distance traveled by that. I do suggest get Road Running first, because you will be in your car a whole lot more in the early levels until the desert. Alright, which is where you unlock the Chocobos outside the desert, and then I would get Chocobump. You will end up using your Chocobos more because they allow you to travel through areas that the car cannot much more quickly. Alright, and then I picked this up because it seemed beneficial. Alright, gain AP for catching a fish. This will turn every fish caught into 1 AP. Alright, so you could get, let's say you have 30 spools of line that you could use, and you pretty much figured out how to fish. Alright, without breaking your line every 2 fish. Alright, for every fish caught, let's say you could get 5, 6 fish out of each line. Alright, 6 times 3 is 18, add a 0 onto that. That's 180 AP just for those 30 lines for fishing. Alright? Now, that's not going to be the exact number, and it is time consuming, but if you're a person that likes a fishing minigame, and you like the fact that it lets you get things that you could sell to make an incremental amount of money, while farming your skills, this is one of the things to get. Alright, next up, we are going to get magic. The magic skill you really should get is Powercraft. Now, I suggest getting this right after you get Happy Camping. Alright, because... No, not that one. Well, you're going to need that, but that allows you to create better spells, and it leads the way to Magic Action, where you gain AP for using Elemency. Now, Elemency is the title of the magic crafting system, and this is actually a misleading skill because it says you gain AP for using Elemency, when in all actuality you gain AP for using spells. Alright? But in the early levels, it is really good because it allows you to go through battles and get guaranteed AP. And if you are using items for the catalyst that gives you chain casting, dual casting, quad casting, every time it activates that other cast, it will gain you another AP. So let's say you have a quad cast and it casts the spell 4 times. You get 4 AP from casting that one spell and it hitting somebody. Alright? Which is very useful in battle and will farm you a great amount of AP. Alright. Now, another thing to get. Alright, we're gonna go over the ones for you personally that you should get, which is Ace. Alright, which reduces the cost of... Alright, which allows you to warp strike and dodge a whole lot easier. Now, the warp strike will get you AP at certain times in the battle. It is not a consistent one, but Light Phase is a pickup for the early levels. I do suggest getting it after you get the magic ones and the exploration one you need for camping. Alright, then teamwork. You're going to want every teamwork perk that lets your team do stuff. Alright? Because the more of these perks you have, the more likely it is for you to get AP during battle. Alright? It just sets it up to where you end up doing more link attacks. Alright? Which generally give you AP every time you hit a link attack, and will boost the effectiveness of your teammates, which will put a lot of pressure off of you to allow you to get far more AP later on. Then I suggest then I do suggest getting what else? Oh, that's it. The Chocobo Jockey is another one you could pick up to start farming AP points, but Chocobo races, I'm going to say, are one of the slowest ways to gain AP. That's why I've actually put off on getting this ability. I've actually been saving up for other things, but The ones to get are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all the low costing ones for this, alright, which will allow you to get the most AP fastest early on. Now, this right here, I have not done wait mode. I do not feel like doing wait mode. It's not really what I want to do when I play this game, and it seems like there's nothing to gain AP through directly through wait mode. Now, I am going to say, until you travel through to here, there's no point in getting the fishing perk till you get to here, which is the first fishing spot. You start off the game way up here. Alright, and your missions will eventually lead you down to here, to this fishing spot. Now, if you want to farm AP early on and just do that, it's a good way to get AP early on. Fishing is pretty fast if you know what you're doing and you have the right bait. Alright, which you could buy the bait right here, right by the fishing spot. I'm actually going to do another video later on in the week, alright, showing you the exact technique to save your line so you go through less line. So if you are going to play the game and you are interested in it, wait to try fishing until after you see the video. So I'm going to go through a full explanation of how to identify what types of fish are in the area you're fishing at, the best techniques to lure fish to bite your bait, and the technique to use to save your line. Alright, this is Jester Gnome, and we are signing out. Thank you for watching, and join us next time.